Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Lincoln Kenobi. And before we get started, I'd like you guys please hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that very, very much. All right, let's get into this. So, John Bernthal, when he has addressed himself that he wants to get this character done right for the show, The Punisher, let me tell you, when I first read that he was going to be the Punisher in the Daredevil season 2, I was like this, him? I wonder. He showed the expressive face, the expression of his facial, his tone, his attitude. Spot on, man. Spot on. And ever since then, bro, he's my Punisher, bro. And I met the guy, and he is awesome, and he's cool as hell, dude. I mean, I could show you, I got a photo of him over there. I don't know if you can see him. Let me see, where is he? No? He's right, like right now, like if you see where Jane Carlos Episode is, he's the first row by the door on the above the one picture, which I'll show you, let me bring it out for the hell of it. Let me bring it out for the hell of it, man. There he is right here. I know you can barely see it because of the camera. There we go. There he is right there, man. He's cool as hell. So we got this that just came out. So here it is. Thank you, John Bernthal. Marvel Comics brings back the Punisher. Now, I've been hearing about the Punisher, that they kind of died down his character. And not only that, they changed his role. And they changed who he is. Instead of being a Marine and all that, he's like I think they had him as a samurai or something. I don't know, man. But the military, they love the character. They respect the character, who he is and all. Even law enforcement, man. But like I said, dude, this is an actor who says that he wants to do this character justice and do it right. And let me tell you, in the season finale of Daredevil Born Again, bro, that was his moment. And it was well performed. Now, in his third episode in Daredevil Born Again, bro, I was like, that's it? He's just going to talk, but he's not going to do anything? But of course, in chapter 9, episode 9, it changed him, bro. And I was like, yes. So he's got a special showcase coming out for Disney Plus next year. And I will watch this. I will come back to Disney Plus just for this to see if this will perform. But let's get on to the article, and you guys let me know what you guys think. So here we go. We have John Bernthal to thank for Marvel Comics bringing back Frank Castle as the Punisher. To catch you up to speed, the woke weirdos at Marvel Comics did away with the Punisher back in 2022. They changed the logo and replaced the character, as they've done with tones of other actors that has also failed, which includes Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, Nino Nova, Ironheart, Captain America Falcon. The list goes on. Yeah, man, because I know that Ironheart did not last long. Neither did Captain America, the Falcon. These two, I don't think they didn't last long either, man. I mean, it's like this, bro. They have ruined most of these characters a lot. Marvel Comics even went so far as to completely destroy Frank Castle by removing the very reason he's the Punisher. They brought his wife back from the dead, leaving Frank demoralized and forsaken by his resurrected wife, Maria. The reason they got rid of Frank Castle is that they hate what the Punisher represents. Many people in the police and military in the real world are inspired by the Punisher and even use his logo. Well, the wokies hate that. They hate the police. They hate the military. Of course, they hate Trump. So they did away with the Punisher. They made Frank Castle give up his war on crime and replaced it with a different character. Well, the most recent series was canceled after four issues. How that work out? And this is it right here. This is the Punisher that I remember, that I will respect. Frank Castle returns in Punisher Red Band. Back to John Bernthal. We don't know if he's directly to thank, but Marvel Comics has announced a new series where Frank Castle will be back as the Punisher with the original Skull logo. Its new 5-issue limited series titled Punisher Red Band, written by Benjamin Percy, the art by Julius Oltha, which gets released in September. Here's the synopsis. Reread and reload. True believers. Frank Castle is back with no memories, a full clip, and a thirst for grateful vengeance. His violent search for answers could only be chronicled in a Red Band series. Bullets will fly, blood will flow, and the citizens and criminals of New York City alike will fear the name the Punisher. Jesus. The writer added in the press release, Frank Castle, that dark-hearted vengeance machine, that monster who fights monsters, is one of my all-time favorite characters. And The Punisher is a series I've been gunning to write for a long, long time. Not only is Frank back in black, but this is a Red Band book. You know what that means. I'm going to lean in fully and push the very limits of my favorite genre, hairy psychopaths. This is going to be as gritty and bloody as it gets. Street level mayhem awaits you. And Julius Olta, who I collaborated with previously, Son Helferine, is bringing all the blood and fire and rage to the page with his beautiful, terrifying art. John Bernthal back as the Punisher of the MCU. Of course, John Bernthal has returned as the Punisher of the MCU's Daredevil Born Again series. Bernthal is also developing a spin-off Punisher special for the stream. Now Marvel Comics brings back Frank Castle as the Punisher. Coincidence? Nope. Marvel Comics sets out Tom Berevorot admitted the comics only serve as creative folder for eventual film and animation development. That probably explains why 50% of the comic shops have failed and the MCU has completely tanked. Disney and Kevin Feige are the worst things to have happened to Marvel Comics. The bozos at Marvel Studios are trying to come up with their own ideas and are telling the comics people to follow suit. Instead of being inspired by the comics, which is what made the MCU so good when it first started, they're putting their own ideas in the comics first to test how it looks. Again, how's that working out? By comparison, Jon Favreau, Joss Whedon, James Gunn, and the Russos are all fans of comics. They were inspired by their love of comics and developed the MCU post-Endgame. Marvel producers told their directors not to read comics. How did it work out? Disney and Kevin Feige are the worst things that have happened to the comics. They've best be best leaving Marvel Comics completely alone. MCU fans don't buy comics. Disney and Feige have ruined the business. Thank you, John Bernthal. So thank you, John Bernthal, for bringing back the Punisher. We need more creatives like Bernthal. Keep fighting the good fight. This is what he said back in 2021 about the Punisher and making sure the Punisher is done right before joining the MCU. So here it is again. This is his quote. The character in particular has a real deep meaning for me and renaissance in me. He's really in my heart, man. He's really in my bones. I'm enormously protective of that character. I've said before that there's nothing in this world more important to me than my wife and my kids. And only until you understand that kind of love and what it really means to willingly die for somebody. Do you understand what it would be like if somebody took them from you? That's a road and a darkness and a rage that really scares me and brings me to places that I've worked the last 20 years to get away from. So I was really grateful, respectful, and weary of the places where that role took and me and the world in which I had to live in. That being said, that's where the cat character needs to be. It needs to be a level of darkness. I think if there's any let up on that character, you do a disservice to the character. to every iteration of the characters, so to every comic book that's come before, and to all the unbelievable fans of the character, this character means so much to the people in the military. So I like to say before, it's not about whether you do the character, it's about whether you can do it right. And I'm only interested in doing it right. Yeah, that's it. So you guys let me know in the comments, what do you think of this, bro? And like I said, dude, John Bernthal is the perfect Punisher, man, for right now. He is perfect for the role. He's meant to take that role, and I hope he sticks to it. But like I said, dude, I hope he sticks to his promise to make the character, to make sure that the character is done right, bro. And I hope he does, because Disney needs to stop doing what they're doing. They need to stop ruining these characters, bro. And if they don't stop, bro, it's over. It's definitely going to be over for them. So you guys let me know in the comments what you guys think of this. So please, by all means, share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts. And as always, thank you all for watching this video. Thank you for being part of the channel. And I hope to see you guys, hear from you guys. Until next time. Bye, everyone.